Hi, welcome to another video from Siksha with Pratiksha. In this video, I would be talking about NMR spectroscopy and NMR splitting problems, which is commonly asked question in JAM and TIFR, and most of the students think that it is very difficult and only after seeing the question they leave it and think they can't do it. But let me tell you, it's very easy and you cannot afford to lose marks there. So in this video I'll tell you how to solve the NMR splitting problem in just 1 minute. And I'll start with giving a brief introduction about it so that students who have not read about it before I can get some idea of it. So NMR spectroscopy is used to determine the structure and physical and chemical properties of a molecule. Other methods are also used to determine the structure like IR spectroscopy, mass spectroscopy and X-ray crystallography, which is used to determine the structure of large proteins. But this NMR spectroscopy has some advantages over these, which I'll be telling in this video. So this NMR spectroscopy exploits the idea of this proton spinning and electron as a magnet. So I'll take the example of hydrogen here, which is the simplest atom. Hydrogen atom is composed of this one proton and one electron. So this hydrogen atom has this nucleus, and this nucleus spins. So this spinning property is exploited by the NMR. So what we do, this atom is acting as a magnet. So I'll show it here. This is the hydrogen atom. We'll consider this as a magnet. Magnet has a north pole and a south pole. So this hydrogen atom will be considered as a magnet. This magnetic property is exploited by NMR spectroscopy. So what we do is, so this atom we put it in a NMR machine. NMR machine which offers an magnetic field. NMR machine has magnetic field north and south. So this hydrogen atom, which is acting as a magnet, can be aligned in any direction initially. See this, if it is aligned like this, north, south, then when we apply this magnetic field in the NMR machine, it will align in the direction of the magnetic field. See like this. The north will be towards the north of the field and south will be towards the south. So when all the atoms which we put in the NMR machine will align like this, then we'll use the energy of the electromagnetic waves. When the atoms align like this, then we'll provide EM waves, energy of the EM waves to spin it into opposite direction. So your magnetic field is like this. And we have the atom aligned like this towards the north, south. And one more thing, the aligning of this atom with the magnetic field in the NMR machine is known as alpha spin. This is alpha spin. The quick spin to match the magnetic field of the machine is known as alpha spin. And when we apply the EM wave, energy of the EM wave, to spin it into the opposite direction of the magnetic field we applied initially, is known as beta spin, to spin it into the opposite direction. The north would be towards this side and south here. So this is known as beta spin. So we know that consider a molecule like this. See, this is hydrogen atom. This we have taken the atom of hydrogen atom here and we have given alpha spin and then beta, then we are providing the energy of EM wave. Then what happens here, this hydrogen atom is linked to carbon atom here, and this carbon atom has many electrons. So this this magnetic property of this hydrogen atom will be shielded by these electrons. This is known as magnetic shielding or diamagnetic shielding. So this shielding by the electrons will affect the extent by which this beta spin happens. So this extent, if there are more number of electrons adjacent to this hydrogen or near to the hydrogen, we need more energy to spin this. For the beta spin, we need more energy. So this extent of spinning is used by this NMR spectroscopy. So if there are less number of electrons near to this hydrogen, less of the energy will be used for this beta spin, and if there are more electrons, more energy will be used for this beta spin. So now I will be telling the splitting pattern of proton NMR, which will be useful for the questions. So we'll take the example of this molecule. We'll consider this hydrogen. It is attached to carbon, say carbon 1, name it is carbon 2, this has carbon 3. So this hydrogen is not having any hydrogen adjacent to it. So for this, in the NMR spectrum, we'll get just one peak. So for this, we'll get one peak in the NMR spectrum, and it will be called as a singlet. Now if this hydrogen, consider this hydrogen has one more hydrogen adjacent to it. So this hydrogen will split this peak of this hydrogen into two parts. So there will be one split due to this hydrogen in the peak, and we'll get something like this. This hydrogen is causing this peak to split into two, and this height of this peak would be less than this, and this is called a doublet. Now let's take this example. The same hydrogen is surrounded by two hydrogens, say. So these two hydrogen will cause this peak to split two times. So we'll get a triplet. The peak will split two times. Two smaller peaks and one large peak. This is known as a triplet. And also this splitting occurs in the ratio, in the Pascal's trigonal ratio. If you know what is Pascal's trigonal, this would be, triplet will be in the, this peaks would be in the ratio 1:2:1. And see, in the next, we are taking this hydrogen, considering this hydrogen, okay. Now if this hydrogen is surrounded by three hydrogen atoms, then the peak will be split three times, because we have three hydrogen atoms adjacent to this hydrogen. So we get a quartet like this, something like this. This is a quartet, and the splitting ratio would be 1:3:3:1. And see, these three hydrogens have just one hydrogen adjacent to it. So we can say that these three hydrogens have the same environment, same chemical environment. So these three hydrogens are known as equivalent hydrogens. And these equivalent hydrogens always have just one peak. Like, see, if all these three hydrogens will give only one peak in the NMR spectrum. See, if these three hydrogens are having just one hydrogen in their surrounding, so this hydrogen will cause the peak to be split once. So we'll get a doublet for these three. A doublet like this for these three. And for this hydrogen is having 3 hydrogen in its surrounding. So we'll get a quartet for this hydrogen. Quartet like this. So this molecule will show like this on the NMR spectrum. Also, I'll tell you the advantage of NMR over mass spectroscopy. See, if we have this molecule, say carbon with chlorine, CH3, and this molecule, H2. So since these two molecules have same number of carbon, hydrogen and chlorine, this mass spectroscopy and IR spectroscopy cannot differentiate between these two molecules. The chlorine atom here is on first position and here it is on second position. So this can only be found out using NMR spectroscopy. So this is the advantage of NMR spectroscopy over the other kinds of methods which are used to determine the structure of molecules. So let's start with the questions. So here is the question asked in TIFR 2018. Predict the proton NMR spectrum for ethyl acetate. So for this question, you need to draw the structure of ethyl acetate first. So ethyl acetate will be CH2. So this is the structure of ethyl acetate. So we'll start from this side. For this hydrogen, there is no hydrogen adjacent to this hydrogen. So for this hydrogen, we'll just get a singlet. We'll get a singlet for this. Now we'll come to this hydrogen. These two hydrogens are equivalent hydrogens because these hydrogens have the same chemical environment. So on this side they don't have any adjacent hydrogen. On this side they have 3 hydrogens. So we'll apply the n+1 rule. If there are 3, then we'll get 4 peaks. So we'll get a we'll get a quartet because there are 3. So 3 + 1 is 4. 4 peaks, a quartet. Now we'll come to this. See, this has these 3 hydrogens are equivalent hydrogens, and adjacent to this it has 2 hydrogens. So 2 + 1, this will give 3 peaks. So for this we'll get a triplet. Triplet will be like this. So for this ethyl acetate, we'll get 1 singlet, 1 quartet and 1 triplet. So let's solve another question. This question is asked in IIT JAM Biotechnology 2018. The question is, in the proton NMR spectrum, which of the following compounds will show a triplet? So it is asking for a triplet. In which of these compounds a triplet will be seen? So for a triplet, in any of these compounds, one of the hydrogens should have 2 hydrogens adjacent to it in order to show a triplet. So first we'll draw all the hydrogens in the compound. Here 2 hydrogens, then here no hydrogen, here 1. Now we'll check which of the following will show a triplet. So this is having no hydrogen adjacent to it. This one, these 2 are equivalent hydrogens. These are having 3 hydrogens adjacent to it. So this will show a quartet. But these hydrogens have 2 hydrogens adjacent to it. So this will show a triplet. So we'll get a triplet in this one. In this, this is having no hydrogens adjacent to it. This is also not having any hydrogen adjacent to it. So we'll just get one peak in this. These two are equivalent, no? So we'll get just one peak, not a triplet. In this also, we don't have any hydrogens equivalent to them, so we'll not get a triplet here. Here also we have just one hydrogens, so we'll not get a triplet in this case also. So this question is very simple. You'll just get a triplet in this one. I'll ask you another question. Tell me in benzene how many peaks you will see for benzene. So for this you'll draw the hydrogen first. Hydrogen. See, all the hydrogens are equivalent hydrogens. So for this also we'll just get one peak for benzene also. So that's it for the video. So please like my video if you find it useful, and subscribe with the notification button to get notification of my future videos immediately. Thank you so much.